Right, ladies and gentlemen, back here again with a next update on the Meng Whippet. Sorry it's been a bit longer, but a couple of other things I've had to do in the meantime. So first of all, we'll show you the Whippet and what I've got done to it. Sorry, I built that as a while I was waiting for someone to try. It's just the old Tamiya KV1 with the extra armour. So as you can see, the decals. Let me just bring. Look at this light, better than what it is. Still not nice that light, is it? I don't like that light today. One, two, that's better. Alright, so you can see the decals have gone down quite nice. And the dull coat is as you can see, it's dull. Very dull. Come on, why is this light not nice today? Why is it not showing properly? Okay. Yeah, everything went down okay on it. The decals are all done. Need to bring it more into there. So the next stage will be, I'll start weathering that. On the next update I'll show you our weather things, but I've got a few other things to show you before, as a sort of an introduction to update 3. So far the kit is superb. I don't think I've done anything different with the tracks or them spuds, whatever they're called. I think everything else is just the same. Oh, whether the fuel cans, I don't know if I did show you the fuel cans or not, but I weathered those. You can make them out. Let's bring this light over here perhaps. Right, so let me just see if you can see them. I weathered those. They just want a bit of a matte coat on them now, a little bit. They're ready to go. So they were the resin ones that I got off eBay, £4.50, £4.90 for 20 of them, or whatever it was. So it was quite a nice find. I can use them on. Although I've got a few of these little MR kits, the tadpole and the hermaphrodite, which I've showed you. Right, so that's where we are with that. So the next point now, I will be giving it a tan filter, just to, well, I'll show you. I'll explain to you. It's because when I was looking at some of the tanks, they were almost brown, but that greeny browny colour, like a I don't know, like the paint I had, khaki, British khaki, I think it's called. But I'm just going to I'll test it underneath first, and then if it's nice, then we'll go ahead with it. So that's what I was going to do with the Whippet. So when we come back off the next update, sorry, when we start the update properly, I've also made a start on I've planning out a diorama. I'm going to do, excuse the bad picture quality, but I just quickly printed it off. I don't know if you can make it out. I'm going to do something on the lines of that. I'm not going to do the raft, I don't think. I'll probably just do another bank, as if it's going over a small river. It'll be something similar like that. So what I was planning was, let me show you. Let's pop that picture back. And bring it in. Something's very, very simple. This is just at the planning stage at the moment. As you can see, it's just polystyrene. This is the same chalkboard that John Moore gets from Pound World or Poundland or whatever it's called nowadays. And this is just balsa wood cut. Needs to be, you know, obviously weathered and things like that. But I'm just thinking of doing something down the similar lines of that, and then having it coming across like so. Polystyrene everywhere. But yeah, you can see what I mean, can't you? I'll do it, don't I? That'll be something similar to that. But these want to be closer perhaps. So that's the initial layout, I think. I think we'll be doing something like I've got some figures coming from AliExpress. I've got some World War One, obviously, figures, so I'm waiting for them to arrive. In the meantime, I say I can use. I'm going to try using what's the stuff called? Like paper mache stuff, just to make the you know, the shapes. What the hell is it called? Can't remember. But when I show, I'm doing it, I'll do it on camera. When I do the groundwork on it, and it's obviously down in here. This is going to be the river, so it's only going to be a not a deep river as such, more of a stream. And I'll say I've got some card as well, the foam card, so I'll put a nice board around it as well when it's finished. So that's what I'm going to do. So hopefully it should work out quite nicely. So I should pop that back over there, and I shall pop that back up there. So when we come back on the next part, I shall be doing the filter on the. That's better, isn't it? Better lighting on there like that. On here. I just want to do. It looks quite bright. It's not as bright as it appears on camera at all. So I just want to dull it down, just ever so slightly. That's all I really need to do. And like I say, I've got the exhaust to go on the machine guns, obviously the tracks, the spuds. So the initial build is really done, it's complete really. It's just everything's painted and ready to put together. And why have I got a bent hook? There we go. Yeah. So I think we'll leave this one now. So the next time we come back, like I say, be filtering this with a tan filter, I would have thought. So this is Greg signing off, and we'll be back very, very soon. Right, we're back again. I said we're going to do a filter. I've just been doing a few tests on the bottom. Let me just lift it up without breaking anything else off. As you can see, that one's too dark, and that one there is very subtle, which I really wanted. This part here, you might not be able to pick it up from the camera, but it's more what I want. The other one's just slightly too dark. But I've got a nice effect with around the rivets, but I'm going to be doing that somewhat separately from that. So I'm going to go with the it's a Wilder product, and it's the a dark tan filter NL12. So if anybody's interested, they do really need a good shaking up, or I must have to emphasise, I really do. So you've got a marine nut in there just to break it all up. And there's nothing on the bottom of the bottle, which there isn't, so we shall go. Just going to use a, you know, not an expensive brush. It just says 6 Germany, so let's have a look. We'll start on this back panel here. I just want to take the edge off the green, and this seems to be the better one to do it. Too much on the brush there, that's not a problem. We shall soon The good thing about these filters, they don't take too long to dry as well. So it's just going to take the just that green off it, if you know what I mean. Make sure you're getting all these weird and wonderful angles of the Whippet. Let's do the front. It didn't need letting down. I was going to let this down, but I thought I'll just try it neat first, and it was just about right for what I needed for actually. It's got that brown, obviously being a tan filter. It's got the desired effect for me, so I'm quite happy. There's nooks and crannies everywhere on this thing, so make sure you can get everywhere with this stuff. A little bit too much again on the brush, but there again, it's not a problem. Right, I'll carry on with this, and when it's done I'll get back to you. Right, back again. As you can see, I've got the sort of desired effect I want with using the Wilder's dark tan filter, which is NL21. So you have to really give them a good shake. I put a nut in there just to agitate everything. As you can see, I've got the sort of desired effect I wanted, with sort of a brownish. It may not show too much on the camera, but it's slightly taken that too bright of a green off, but I've got the desired effect on there, as you can see from the different panels and around the sides there. So the next job will be is all these thousands of rivets are going to need a pin wash. So what I did to start with, just to test, I made me go on pin wash, which is the oil paint one, which is lamp black wash, which is just the obviously, as it says, the lamp black Winsor & Newton, which is, let me just check the numbers for you, which I should have done before, but never mind, is the Winsor & Newton Series 1 lamp black. There we go. I don't know what the number is. There's a number for it. 337, I think it says on there. Lamp black. Right, so that's what I'll be using, but I thought, well, I'll just try it first, and because there's quite a lot of rivets underneath the tank as well, so I did underneath, you know, all these bits underneath the back of there. Look, you can see them all. There's quite a bit on there. They all had to be done. And on the other side, in case anybody, because the thing I'm going to use and show you in a minute is going to take quite a, you know, I need to do the bottom of the tank. So I'm quite happy with that. Let's bring it back there so you can see. Yeah, so I'm very, very happy with that. So why I need to do the bottom, you may ask. Well, you're not going to see it, but you may do with the diorama that I've chosen to do. I'm going to do something. Excuse the bad quality picture, the printout. I'm going to do something like this, but I'm not doing this side. I'm going to do it as another bank, as this side is, and it's a Whippet going over two bits of lumber, big planks of wood onto a raft, but I won't be doing the raft because the dioramas are going to be that big. So I'll just do a bank to bank. Oh yeah, sorry about the bad picture. I printed out in a fast one, so that's why there's marks through it. I'm going to do something on those lines. So what I've decided to do is, I've got a black chalkboard from from Poundland. Where are we at? Let's just move these out the way. And I've just rough is rough, sort of done something. It's going to be along the lines of, let me just zoom out. and get it all in. This is none of this is thing down, this is just a rough thing. So I'll bed these in. I'm going to look at some sculpture mould. That's the stuff I couldn't think of last time, sculpture mould. And then obviously a small rivet, but I'll have the Whippet going across it as a twist. I don't want on this one will it, because I think I'll have it on a sort of an angle like that, going the that way. Yep, that's the way. This will be all grassed and whatever and mud and things, and obviously I'll have to do a little stream underneath there. But so the next thing will be to glue all this down, and then we'll start the sculpture. I'll probably do that on camera after I've all this set up. Like I said, so you might be able to see underneath it if you look at a certain angle. So I thought, well, it's going to be a bit of muck underneath there as well. I can understand that, but I thought, well, just to try it out, I'll do the bottom. So yeah, so I think it's big enough. The diorama's big enough. It's just one of them Poundland, whatever you call it, chalkboards that Mr. Moore uses very, very occasionally. So that's what's going to do with that. So I'll just pop this back up here for now, and we shall start doing. I'll do a little bit of pin washing on camera, but there's no point in me doing it all because I'll be here for hours and hours. Give it a bit of a shake again because it'll settle down. And all I've got in here is a bit of thinners, little brush, and a brush just to wipe any excess off when I've dipped it in the thinners. So I'm trying to take it off the lid actually. Where are we at? I'll start at the around the back here for now. Just which one I'll brush that. Once you get into this better off this side, isn't it? Because I'm right-handed. Pillock. Once you get into a into a rhythm, don't have to be perfect. Any risen sort of area I've deliberately made this thin so I can go back over it again if it needs to, which it probably will. So on the sides there. So I can get a little bit of wash around there as well. So this is going to take forever in the day to do, but like I say, I'm in no rush really to get anything. There's no point in rushing the last, making it all look good and then rushing the last part so you can get it finished. I don't see the point in it. Obviously when you were younger, like I was myself, couldn't wait to get the kit finished and painted onto the next one. But now I've slowed down immensely. It'll take time, it will take a lot of time to do this, I can appreciate that, but we'll get there. I do a little, my hand is steady enough, because Right down that hatch there. So obviously this is sort of the engine hatch, isn't it? So it's going to lift. Right, so what I'll do is I shall carry on with this, going around every single bloody rivet. She'll take forever and a day, but it'll be done. And hopefully it'll sort of come out resembling sort of like that. Right, I think that's it for now. So when I've done this part I shall get back to you once again. So this is Greg signing off, and we'll see you very, very soon. Right back again, ladies and gentlemen. As you can see, I've now pin washed all the rivets. It took quite a while. Well, they're all done. Even the underneath, as you know why now, because I'm going to have to, let me just show you underneath. Bit of overspray on them when I'm running with, but you're not going to see when the track's on, so I'm not too bothered about that. But yeah, you can see it's all it took pin wash, all took along quite a while. Broke an handle, so I've made a new one with some jeweller's wire, and I've knocked a few of these little bloody things off for the tow bar, so I'm going to have to make some more of those as well, unfortunately. You do, as you grab things you forget, but it's coming along, it's coming along. Oh, let me just move out of the way before I spill it. So I think we'll call this the end of update 3, 4, something like that, 4. So what I'll be doing next, I'll be attaching the machine guns and the exhausts that'll be going on, and then we'll make a start on the tracks, weather in the tracks. So that'll be in the next episode. So, but yeah, so I'm quite happy, quite happy indeed. I've got the sort of colours, the browny, greeny sort of. You can see there's sort of variations in colours, which are what I wanted. So obviously there's a long way to go yet, but it's getting there. It's getting there. I'll show you the front, the back. I always think this is the front. I don't know why. Yeah, at the front, obviously you've got the markings on there as well. It's a lovely little kit. It's a lovely little kit. I'm very happy with it. Very happy so far. And I've got the as far as the diode's concerned, that's all. Well, I'll show you. May as well show you where it's at. I'll just pop that to the side. Basically the same, but what I've done now is I've got it all. This is all glued down now. I've just done it this morning, so that's why it looks a bit wet. These aren't. I just kept them, obviously, make sure you've got the right width and things. So this now is going to be, I let this dry for a good 24 hours, and I'm going to use Sculptamold. That's what it's called. I've never used it before, so I'm going to use Sculptamold to make the desired effect I want, the landscape. And I've got some of the card foam board, so I'll be making a foam board around as far as it comes up, and I'll be able to cut it to shape. And I'll have to get my resin out the shed. Can't keep it in the house because it stinks. So I'll sculpt them up. This will all be sculpted and moulded in here as well, because it'll need a good base for the resin to go onto. So I was just a bit worried if it seeps down the side, so if I put the sculptor mould in there, just a thin layer, it'll give it sort of some protection, obviously, when it's painted and blah blah blah. But it's going to be a murky, sort of streamy, it's not a big river, it's just a stream, as you can see from this badly printed picture. So there'll be like reeds and shite, everything thrown through with like a dark browny muddy colour, I thought, the river. Obviously there'll be 2 banks instead of just the one with the if I was going to do it on a larger diorama, which I can't really do at the moment because I'm running out of space, so I'm going to have to stick to a smaller one at the moment, because I've got the western wall to do with a Sherman, which is that'll be coming up quite shortly as well, after I've done the what did I say I was going to do? Oh, I'm going to do the T-34-122, yeah, the self-propelled gun. So the Syrian army, I think, is it, or something, or Egyptian? Can't quite remember. Well, we're off topic. Yeah, so that's what I'll be doing next. Let this dry a good 24 hours, and then I'll get the sculptor mould on it tomorrow. And I've never used it before, so I'll do it on camera and see what we come up with. Just get a basic shape and leave it. Apparently that dries quite fast, so I might be able to work on it tomorrow, depending on what time I get the sculptor mould put on. So yeah, things are moving. So I've had quite a busy week, but not modelling, unfortunately. I've had a few busy days, to say the least. Right. So yeah, at the end of Uproar, I'm shooting to update 4. So on update 5 we'll start the tracks, we'll do the weather of the tracks, and put the exhaust. I'll put the exhaust and the machine guns on before I come back, if you know, obviously they're just glued on. We'll work on the tracks and then we'll decide how the next step onto this, maybe a bit of what I'm going to do is do some grime and some rust and a few pigments here and there, obviously in here. So as you can see on the picture, it is muddy, but it's not overly muddy. So it's more around the lower of the running gear. At the bottom, more of the crap is going to be around it. Obviously there's going to be dust and things on there, but we'll get there. We'll get there. I think I'll probably go with this. Where are we at? The colour for the track. I think we'll probably go with that. We'll go with that. It's like maybe darken it slightly, I think. Just ever so slightly darken that with a darker wash, with a bit of a track wash on it, I think. But I'll try that first. And then obviously we're going to have to keep it within a thing of the diorama. Right, waffling again. So end of update 4, I think. Catch you soon with the start of update 5. It's Greg signing off, and we'll catch you very soon.